People often ask me where I get the hoops for the Tree of Life pendants that I make, and the answer is I make them. So I've decided maybe once every few weeks I'll show you from the very beginning making the hoop on to making the Tree of Life pendant. I think I'll also post the video just the making the Tree of Life pendant part, but you can see how I make the hoop. So that is 16 gauge round wire that I measured around a ashwagandha bottle, and here's about 4 or 5 inches of 24 gauge copper wire that I'm using to connect the ends of the hoop. I made little coil, what do you call that? Just like a little circle on each end of the hoop, one going in and one going out. So I start with the one that goes in and wrap around an inch or so of the wire, flatten down the little end. If you do the outside one first, it's much more difficult to flatten the little end down. It's easier when they're not joined. So then overlap them a little bit and wrap the wire around both of them several times. Then when you have about the same amount that you started with left, wrap it around the outside hoop and use your pliers to flatten down the little end. Use your round nose pliers to close the hoop, and then I like to use these what are they called? They just have like a plastic flat edge to make sure that the hoop is nice and flat there at the connector, and then just reshape it to be more circular with my fingers. So there you can see a 2-inch hoop from about a 2-inch bottle. So today I'm making a Tree of Life pendant with some teal colored crystal beads and some clear crystal beads, and I'm showing you there how I measure the wire for the branches, and then Oscar came to help, and that ended that. So here I'm making the first branch. I'm doing a similar pattern on most of the branches, except I ran out of the tinier teal beads. I have two sizes of those teal beads. So I was using one large and one big, one big and one small, uh, with some clear crystal beads bookending it on each of the branches. And on the last branch, I just had to use all of the large teal beads because I didn't have enough of the small ones left. So I made 4 branches the same and 2 branches different, and I did make 6 branches on this tree. Once you have, and this is Hot Lips now, decided she was jealous that Oscar got in on this act today, so she had to come and help me. So take the center 2 most branches and twist them together, locking around where the chain is going to go. Then add the remaining branches one at a time, working your way down the trunk of the tree. Or you can weave back between branches you have previously attached. Once you have all of the branches in place, then separate out the little ends, and those will become the roots of the tree. I ended up making my roots a little bit asymmetrical because my branches turned out to be a little bit asymmetrical. It's difficult to make a tree looking through a camera which is set to wide angle because your cat has decided to sit on your workspace. So wrap the root around the hoop one at a time and use your pliers to flatten down the little ends so you don't scratch yourself. At least today when Hot Lips left, she did not throw all of my beads on the floor. So once all the roots are done, I like to just go back and gnarl the roots and branches to give it a little bit more of an organic shape. And then this tree is done from start to finish.